Hello, and welcome to today's showcase. I will be showcasing 20 different industrial farming equipment and machinery, and as well as showcasing 3 different robots. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'm gonna showcase is the Guardian robot. The Guardian robot was inspired by the Netflix show Love, Death and Robots. And I was like, I want to put something inside of a robot to make it seem more real. And by placing the Elder Guardian, I figured it was perfect because it would fit in between a 2x2 space. So it could fit it between a bottom stair and a top stair. The Guardian robot is mainly made out of deep slate, some hoppers, dispensers, and some copper. Next up we have the Orange robot. Now the Orange robot is made for the player to be using. So if I, for example, get a boat, I can take that and place it inside, and when you sit inside of the boat in the robot, it seems way more realistic and it looks like you're moving some joysticks. And the last robot we're gonna look at is the Nether robot. The Nether robot, it's based off the ancient debris and the mix with the warped netherrack. And I figured that having the warped netherrack together with the ancient debris mixed with copper and the warped wood fits perfectly together. Also, by adding the different, like the composter right here, you get this feeling of a mechanism in the feet and the backside. Next thing we're gonna look at is a machine, and the lava machine. And so this is my lava farm. It's very inefficient, I'm aware. Don't judge me. It is very inefficient, okay? But so the lava is placed in the middle, about here, goes down the dripstone and falls into the cauldron. And yeah, it's I would say it's quite a fancy lava farm in my opinion. So yeah. Now this robot arm is a rotational robot arm, which means that its way of movement is not aligned or decided. It can be changed on the backside here, where we have this rotational gear. Next thing we're gonna look at is the compressor. The compressor was an idea I got while watching some compressor videos. Don't judge me. It's, you know. And I was like, yeah. So I started by making a pretty much a replica of a hydraulic press that I've seen. So by having the mechanisms in the front, on the side, and fan in the back, as well as the top system for the hydraulic, it looks pretty good. And mixing with different copper and warped, you get a nice mix of texturing and blue colors. Next thing we're gonna look at is the oil drill. The oil drill was a build I made together with an old friend named Airtug. And because we wanted to replicate the real oil drill. So the oil drill has a spinner. The oil rig is mainly made out of copper, of course, like most of the builds in the showcase. Next thing we're gonna look at is a generator. Now this generator is based off lava technology. You know, we're being real steampunky here. And you can either put this inside your industrial build or wherever you want to have it, like in your base or your factory, or, you know. Next thing is the robot. Now this robot is less functioning. It's gonna be just more up and down kind of movement, but it's the most requested build that I've had on my account by far. And so I also have a tutorial for this and the first robot arm on the channel. So yeah, this one is mainly made out of copper, some deep slate, yada yada, you get the deal, right? Next thing we're going to look at is the laser cutter. Now the laser cutter has a platform and a moving like, it's kind of similar to the robot, but the moving is at the bottom, so it goes up and down. And there's also a quick tutorial on this on the channel, but it's a little bit, way too quick for some. So it's do what you want. And next thing we're going to be looking at is some different vehicles. Now the first thing we're going to look at is the wrecking ball. The wrecking ball is based off the real machine, so it has the trucks at the bottom, a middle section for turning and rotation, and the top part has a engine and a cockpit, and then you have the arm for the wrecking ball. So this can be used for whatever you want to. Maybe you have a bad neighbor and you want to knock it down. Yeah, this is just what you need. And the next thing we're gonna take a look at is the bulldozer. The bulldozer is meant for industrial sites or a dig site, depending on what your needs are. Or there's also many different ways to ruin someone's day or house or base, And yeah, you can ram that into a house if you want to. Next thing we're going to look at is a forklift. And the forklift you can use in your storage system. You can use it to, stack everything up to the next level, right? Next thing we're going to look at is the digger. The digger has a hook in the front and is also almost very similar to the wrecking ball. It's a little bit smaller on the trucks and the top, but it has the cockpit and also an engine in the back. The engine on this is, of course, a little different, and but the base system of the rotational platform and the trucks are very similar. Only the size is smaller. So yeah, you can use this for moving dirt or stone or just digging in general. Next up we have the dump truck. Now the dump truck has the back system where it takes all the dirt and moves it down. It also has a functioning interior, whatever you decide functioning is. And also the underside here is it's kind of meant to look realistic, so it has a hopper system together with some lightning rods so that it attaches to the wheels so that it looks, Next thing we're going to be looking at is some farming vehicles. So first up we have the tractor. Now this tractor has also a hinge with a back storage for all the wheat to get in. This one also, all of these are made for Minecraft sizes. Might be a little bit big sometimes, but tractors can be quite big. So we also have a smaller tractor, which is more traditional looking, and it's also meant to be driving on the side of the sugarcane harvester, which I will show right now. So the sugarcane harvester has a system where it picks up the sugarcane in the front and goes through the vehicle and through the system and gets launched up into the tractor that's driving beside it. Now, from the farming experts that I have talked to, said that I was being very human unfriendly, not the greatest, that was old technology and not that useful. So, and they told me it was an expensive way of doing it. So, hey. Next up we have a crop duster. Now the crop duster is, it dusts the crops. So it will fly over a farming or a plot of land, and it would spray down these magical substances to make your crops grow faster or better. And the last one is the combine. The combine is a wheat harvester, at least mainly, and that's what I'm gonna show you in this one. And it will rotate its blades in the front and pick up the wheat seeds. and all the wheat would go inside of the vehicle and out the top. So yeah, here you go. Here's your 20 industrial ideas. Have fun.